Hello and welcome back to another TCG Live pack opening. Today I've got 8 Black Bolt packs to crack open. Petalil amongst the hibiscus. Darumaka running through the desert. Pawniard cleaning his blade. Darumaka in the desert. Tortuga swimming past the underwater vegetation. Darmanitan racing through the mountains. A Fennel trainer. A Petalil amongst the hibiscus for our first reverse. Electros riding the waves for our second. And our rare is the Caracosta coming up on the beach. Carablast and Shelmet out in the rain. Fungus amongst the glowing fungus. Time Pole floating in a lily pad covered pond. Clink floating through the forest for some reason. Crocodile in the desert as sand is blown on the wind. Cryogonal under the aurora. Electric slipping through the seaweed while coated in electricity. Oh, what the? That was an animation. I guess it was because it's a Pokeball. That was surprising. The Scolipede at the forest edge. A nice Professor Juniper's research for our second reverse. And our rare is the Haxorus in the Rocky Hills. Solosis sleeping in the marsh. The wonderfully painted Rufflet in the nest. The nice X-ray shot of Sandile swimming through the sands. Tranquil waddling across the tree branch. Tortuga swimming by the plants. Chinchino amongst all the blooming tulips. Simipour splashing in the river water. Another Pokeball, this time Chinchino near the tulips. Crustal heading through the windy wastelands. And our rare is the Cobalion high in the mountains. Solosis sleeping in the marsh. Palpitoad laughing at the pond's edge. Muno watching the shooting stars. Dweeble at the bottom of the cliff. Crustal wandering the windy wastelands. Bisharp easily slicing through the giant boulder. Professor Juniper's research. Servine on the ivy-covered tree branch for our first reverse. Ho ho ho! Second is a wonderful Cubchoo IR sitting on the ice. And our rare is once again the Cobalion high in the mountains. And I say we're about halfway there. Halfway there. Ooh, a wonderful evergreen lightning energy. We always like to see those. Muno watching the shooting stars. Time Pole floating in the pond. Larvesta in the wastelands watching something fly away. Go lurk as the wheel spins from day to night. Also, I have found a perfect example for this from Monster Hunter Stories. This is what I'm talking about. if that wasn't clear already. Chinchino near the tulips. Air Balloon Trainer. Escavalier jabbing through the rock with their lance. For our first reverse, second would be another IR, this time a Time Pole swimming in the waterfall cave, and our rare of the pack is, ooh, a nice Genesect EX charging up their cannon. Pansage taking refuge from the rain under the big leaf. Axew heading up the mountains. Clink floating through the forest. Whirlipede in the tree hollow in autumn. Crocodile in the desert. Darmanitan speeding through the mountains. Air Balloon Trainer. Victini high above the coast, giving us that classic V for our first reverse. Second would be Larvesta in the wastelands. And once again Cobalion in the mountains for the rare. Couple of packs to go. Axew heading up the mountain. Larvesta in the wasteland. Tranquil waddling across the tree branch. Tranquil on the tree branch. Electros riding the waves. A Prism Energy. Crustal in the windy wastelands. Clang floating above the house for a Pokeball reverse, though it didn't give us that animation for some reason like it did the last 2 times. P-Dove on the tree stump for our second reverse, and our rare of the pack. Ooh, a nice hyper rare Curium EX. Alrighty, it's come that time once again to find out his last pack, best pack or not. If you want more details on the rules, here's a video link down below. We have a rough shot at it today, to be real. Snivy spotlighted in the forest. Patil amongst the hibiscus. Clink floating through the forest. Muna watching the shooting stars. Electric zapping up the plants. Reuniclus floating around the marsh. Golurk as day turns to night. Okay, they gave the animation that time, so I don't get what's up. Okay, a Pokeball reverse of the Darmanitan racing through the mountains. Bear Tick and their Ice Cave home for our second. And the rare of the pack is a nice hyper rare Ends Plan Trainer. A very nice trainer, though it's still going to be another no for last pack, best pack, which ticks the streak up one more to 25, 26, I can't remember. Well, that's going to be about it out of me, and as always, I hope you have enjoyed. I'll see you next time for another TCG Live pack opening.